Good morning students, welcome. In today's video we are going to carry forward our old topic, that is importance of organization. In our previous video we have seen some of the basic importance related to the organization. If in your business organization you follow all the principles of the organization given by the experts in the field of management, and then if you are carrying your business as per the particular principles that will be developed in your business organization. Now in today's video we are going to see some of the more important or some of the more benefits which you will get if you are completely follow up that particular principles. So now on the page number 220, पेज नंबर 220 ऊपर there is 7 benefits given. So first of all it is benefits of in that 7th principle, that is benefits of flexibility. First of all, what is flexibility? Flexibility means the situation in which your business or the operations of your business or the activities of your business can be changed as per the requirement. That is called the flexibility. તમારે flexibility એટલે શું કે તમારી જરૂરિયાત મુજબ તમારા ધંધાને તમારા બિઝનેસને ચેન્જ કરવા, that is called the flexibility. So your business should be flexible. If there is any needs arise in the business organization, if any requirement in your business organization or in the market, according to that requirement, according to that particular situation, you should change your market, your business organization as per the requirement. In that, good organization is flexible. It is capable of establishing consistency with the changing situations, which leads to increase in efficiency. There is given your business organization must be changeable. Your business organization must be flexible. If there is any needs or if there is any requirement arise in your business, that requirement should be accepted as per the organization, as per the requirement in your market, and your business organization should be consistent. Your business organization should not stop if there is any requirement arise. Say for example, if there is any changes occurs in the laws of trade, there is any change in the trade laws, and this change should be adopted by your business organization. आज change છે તમારે અપનાવવો પડે એમ જ છે. Say for example, the law change, that is GST. So you should implement GST in your business operations. So while you are applying the law of GST, your business organization must be in the running. Your business organization should be consistent. If in that particular process you are implementing the laws, at that time if your business organization stop, this will harmful for your business organization or this will not right for your business organization. So wherever you adopt any change, your business organization first of all is flexible. Your business organization can adopt change as per the requirement, or the second point is your business organization should be consistent while you are applying that particular laws, while you are applying that particular change in your business organization. After that, proper coordination. proper coordination. What happens if any one body part is not right as per the requirement in our body, in the human body? Each and every part must be run as per the requirement, must be run as per the body type. But if there is any one body part is there which is not run as per the requirement, say for example, while going to school or while going to college, you are feeling sick, you are feeling like a headache, you are feeling head pain in your particular body type. So this is one thing or this is one pain are not going to give you the right direction, or this pain is not feeling well. So at that time your body should be in coordination. If you are doing any work, if you are working on any particular thing, that particular thing or that particular work will always give you much benefit. If that particular thing or that particular work will not in coordination, at that time that particular thing or that particular work will not give you the benefit. Say for example, in your business organization, your two departments are not working in the coordination. Here there are two departments. Say for example, first is selling and the second is dispatch department. In any organization, these two departments are different and they are not working in the coordination. If the selling department if production department produce more goods, but the dispatch departments are not giving much favor to sell that particular thing. Say for example, or in the other hand, if the selling departments sells most of the stock, or the selling department takes as much as orders from the customers, but these dispatch departments are not working in the right direction, or they is not dispatching the goods as per the orders taken by the selling department. At that time, this may happens in your business organization that your all customers are move forward to the other organization, and ultimately the coordination does not happen in your business organization, that will affect harmful in your business operations. After that, training and arrangement. There is a skill. In good organization, coordination of function is done in such a manner that there remains harmony among all the activities. In a business organization, each and every department, each and every function must be in coordination, so your business operations, so your business organization can run smoothly. After that, training arrangement. In good organization, trained employees are made available with the help of training. Trained employees lighten the responsibilities of top management. Consequently, they are able to concentrate on other matters and consider development programs. After that, the third point is training and development. In your business organization, if there are two persons and one is trained and other is not trained, at that time you all are aware about that the trained person will give you the more benefit, will give you the more production from your business operations. Say for example, if there were two managers in your business organization, the first is manager 1 and the other is manager 2. Say for example, if in the business organization there is two managers, the first is trained and the other is untrained. What happened here? Here you can clearly see the trained officer or the trained employer or the trained manager will give you the more benefit than the untrained employees. this is happens in all the activities in all the departments or even in the each and every department, each and every level of the business enterprise. So here this thing must be clearly taken in your mind whenever you are give training to your employee. This training, the cost of that training will ultimately give you the higher result than you cost on that particular training. After that, increase profit by economizing. Increase profit by economizing. Good organization obtains the best outcome through minimum wastage of labor, time, energy and money. Hence, the profit of the enterprise increase of economic base also increase the profit. It means in your business organization, there may be happen that in your business operation there is a number of expenses are those which is not gives you the accurate benefit or accurate return in your business operation. Say for example, if you are incurred 5,000 rupees on any particular things or any particular expenses, but after particularly seeing that particular expenses or after knowing, after analyzing that work, you come to know that if you are cutting 2,000 expenses and if you are only incur 3,000 expenses on that particular work, at that time also you are not cutting in your cost or you are not cutting in the quality of your business operations. 5,000 માંથી 3,000 કરો તો તમારા બિઝનેસ ઓપરેશનની ક્વોલિટીમાં કોઈ ઘટાડો થતો નથી. At that time this cost will give you the accurate benefit, and if you are cutting this cost 2,000 rupees, you can add these expenses, you can add these rupees to the other operation or the other work which is required in your business operation. So these are the basic benefits of the business operations. Now the second thing is defects, limitations or criticism of the organization, that is limitations of the organization. Now the limitations of the organization. Now, limitations of the organization in that if the creation of organization is not done in keeping view its guideline principle, there are some defects and shortfalls may be created. Following can be such defects. Here, as we can see, if you are completely follow the principles of the organization, which is mainly given by the Henry Fayol and by the other experts also, but the Henry Fayol given 14th principle of the organization. If you are completely follow that particular principles in your business operation, it will give you the more and more benefit in your business operations. Here, they have clearly seen if you are not completely follow the principles of the organization. Here, one thing must be clear in your mind. It is not required to follow each and every principles given in the books, given in the particular frame. But when you are creating your organization according to your need, according to your requirement, you should implement and adopt the particular basic principles of the organization. If you are not following that particular principles, at that time you may face some of the problems in your business organization, and that are the limitations of your business operations. So, in that, the first limitation is given, that is lack of clarity. No clarity in work delegation. authorities, works, duties, responsibilities to your business employees. At that time, you must be very clear about the duties you are assigning to your employees. If you are yourself not aware about the particular delegation of that particular authorities, responsibilities or their duties, at that time, how can your employees can understand that particular thing? Say for example, if you have work related to your account in your business operations, at that time you must be very clear about that particular work. If you are yourself not clear whom this account related work is given in your business operations, at that time how your employees can understand that particular work. If any work remains to interstate or if it is repeated, then it does not carry the required clarity in your business organization. If any of the work is not delegated to any employees, say for example, in your business organization there is a number of works in your business operations and the work related to the audit is not entrusted to you or entrusted by you to the any person. At that time, this audit work remains entrusted, and at that time, when you are finally going to audit, at that time you will come to know that this work is still remaining to entrusted to any person. Or in other case, if you are assigning audit work to the two persons, at that time also there is problem may arise with business employees which employees should do the audit work. It means this is the error of human being. While you are entrusting to the work to your employees, you should be very much clear and very much aware about the which employees, which work, which responsibilities or duties are assigning that particular employees is assigning in the right way or not. After that, excess centralization of authority. If the lower level employees are not entrusted with the authority as per their responsibility and work, the top management has to take all the decisions. This leads to delay in the work and increase in the burden of the top management. It means if you are assigning, if you are giving the work to your employees, but you are not giving power, you are not giving authority to take any decision as per the work of that particular employee. At that time, if any employee needs to take any order or needs to take any particular decision, at that time you must follow your instruction. Say for example, you are not assigning any power to your employees, and if there is any requirement arise in your business organization, so each and every employee come to you to take particular decisions. At that time, your work is to take decision. So when you are taking more decision in your business operations, there could be a situations arise in your business organization. You are not able to take every decision, and this will ultimately result in burden of the high level authorities of the business operations. So excess centralization should not be in the top level officers. The centralization is that which is required in the business organization. If you are excessively organized, if you excessively centralize the authority to you, it will not give you the right benefit, and ultimately it is also harmful for your business operations. After that, traditionalism and rigidity. Traditionalism and rigidity. If the organization cannot show flexibility, then it becomes rigid. It cannot adopt the development. Only traditional workers are carried out. This leads to red tapeism, which breeds inefficiency. proving harmful to the organization. It means in a business organization, if you are completely stuck with the old rules and regulations of a business operations, this is not right for your business organization. If there is any requirement arising in your business operation, there should be some new development or some new strategies should be adopted by your business operations. After that, selection of improper administration. The superior officer should have the capacity to provide proper guidance and direction and get the predetermined work from them. If they do not have such skill and insight, then he would misguide them. It means whenever your employees or whenever your officers given instruction, that officer first of all must know that particular work or must be skilled about that particular work. What happens if the instruction giver himself do not know what is the which type of instruction should be given to that particular employee? If he himself do not know which type of instruction is given to the employees, at that time your employees will also not get the right instruction, and this is very harmful to your business operation. So this is also limitations of the organization. After that, lack of coordination. There is no proper arrangement of coordination, and disharmony increases, then it results into wastage of time, energy and money. That's why it is said that coordination is the soul of management. There is no proper arrangement of coordination and disharmony increases. It means in a business organization, if there is no coordination between two employees, between two departments, between two departmental heads, or between two works, at that time your business organization will not work as per your objective, as per your requirement. And once your business organization is not work as per your objective, ultimately your objective will not be achieved by your business organization. So that's why it is said that the coordination is the soul of the management. Whenever you are doing any work, that all the activities in your business organization is in the coordination, so your business organization can run smoothly. After that, lack of combination. Lack of combination. If success is required to be achieved in any work, combined and harmonious efforts are essential. If it is not done so, confusion and misunderstanding can increase, which leads to reduced inefficiency. In your business organization, you should have each and everything. This is like the coordination. Whenever in your business operations, in your business organization, any two department, two activities, two employees, or where there are two things are working in your business organization, that must be in the combination. What happens if the selling department head and the purchase department heads are not combined work? What happens if the planning and budgeting are not combinedly implemented in the business operations? If this type of work or if this type of things arise in your business organization, happens in your business organization, then ultimately your business will suffer loss, and your business organization will not work smoothly. After that, responsibility without authority. Without authority. It is essential to empower a person in order to fulfill his responsibility without authority. A person may find it difficult to fulfill his responsibility. He has to consult his superior if he needs to delay and wastage time. It means whenever you are assigning any task, whenever you are assigning any work to your business organization, you should give authority with the responsibility. If your employees have to ask each and every time when he needs something, at that time this will lead to delay in taking any particular decision. So you should give some of the authority to your business organization as per the responsibilities available to your employees, and ultimately these things will give you the proper result in your business operations. After that, extra burden on administrative officers. The main function of administrative officers are planning and guidance. If he entrusted with several types of work, his workload would be high and he is not able to do any work properly. It means whenever you are assigning tasks to your higher level officer, your higher level officer must have only work related to the management and planning. If he has number of work within him, at that time the employees will not able to carry even single work properly. So whenever you are assigning any task to your employees, your older employees must be very clearly know that particular task, and your higher level officers must be given tasks related to the planning and administration. So these are the basic limitations related to the organization. In our next video, we will see the next point related to the business organization and management. Thank you.